like, did you have like pressure on your back? Like, look, I got to show out for the city. Like, they gonna be at the games. Like, what was that like?
I ain't gonna lie, like, to be honest, it was so much pressure on my way.
I believe it.
Honestly, I was looking at going to Bama.
No.
So, I was talking to my granddaddy and stuff. Like, he was telling me if I go to Alabama, don't come home for a year. And, you know, when we have these certain type of conversations, my mama in the room too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and, you know, like, the house always been me and my mama and nobody else. So, like, leaving her was like a big part of the decision. So I was like, nah, I can't leave my old girl. Then we were getting into it. You know, I was basically the man of the house since I was legit. So going to Miami, like, any school I would have went to, I felt like I would have came in there with the same, like,
Yo, what's happening, everybody? Man, it's your boy Armand back again with another episode of Big Boss Talk, the podcast. Man, listen, it's a super exciting episode, man. I got somebody that's, super dope. I was talking to him before we even went live. I was just like, listen, man, I'm already a fan. I can remember when I first got put on to him. I was just getting out of college, just got done playing ball, and the song dropped, and I was just like, man, that's hard, man. Like, it just resonated. It resonated with me so much. And I'll tell you what song it is, but it just resonated with me so much. And I never thought I had the opportunity to even be able to talk to him and chop it up with him today. But let me introduce everybody to who I got, man. I got Major 9. Man, Major 9, say what's up, man.
What it do, man. Thank you for having me, my boy. Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. So we're gonna get into it, man. Pretty much what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start it off like this, man. I got like 4 questions. I call them hot picks. It's very basic, generic questions, nothing crazy. And then after that, we go into the hot picks. We just gonna go into your story and just a little bit about you. But the number one question is, what is your 3 essentials you must have when you in the studio?
In the studio, gotta have some liquor.
Gotta have the liquor. For sure.
Something smooth.
Yeah.
What's another big one? Like, I don't know. Our studio session. Every studio session got loud in it.
Yeah.
So that's normal. That's typical. But
for sure.
I'm trying to see. We like to bring our own setup though. Like everywhere we go, even out of town. So we gotta have our little setup, but then gotta have some snacks too.
Yeah.
And a candle.
You say a candle?
Yeah, we need. Yeah, because some studios don't be smelling too good.
So you done been into the studio where it don't be smelling right. So you gotta bring the candle. So listen, we gotta have the liquor. You know what I'm saying? Gotta have your own. Loud. Gotta have the candle, the snack. So that's what's up. I mean, that's a little straight essential. I feel like you'll be straight for hours. As long as you got the snacks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we good.
Yeah, as long as you got the snacks, we good. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. So then number 2 is, man, what's your hobby? Give me one hobby outside of just, being an artist, producing, and a rapper, man.
I got so many, dog. It's hard to choose from. We try to find something I'm getting into. We're getting back into fishing. Miami. A lot of people, man, we go fishing like lakes and stuff and all that. But a lot of people have the little luxury to go outside, in the ocean. But
for sure.
I'm finally getting that chance now, so they gonna have me on the big boat, do all the crazy fishing, out there with belt on.
Hey, I see that, man. I follow Warren Sapp. I'm tripping. Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
Warren Sapp be fishing like crazy, man. Big boy fish. So you trying to get the big boy fish? Because Warren Sapp be in the cage too now. He be diving in there.
See, it's so many instances he tried to have me out there with him. You feel me? But he really know what he's doing before I get out.
Yeah.
So it's always like that, but. Nah, he good people though. That's when people though. He try to get me out there sometimes.
Yeah.
He close to the crib, so
That'll be hard. That'll be hard. Last two. So I need your Mount Rushmore of Florida athletes, bro. So listen, I'm from South Carolina, man, and we got this
oh,
we got this
man.
look we got this huh?
This gonna be hard though, cause I'm biased. I'm choosing all day county.
Hey, that's fine with me. We just want to know who you got. You are true, you from the city, so you know the athletes that, you know what I'm saying, was raw. But I need to give me your top three. You ain't got to do five. Just give me like your top three.
My top three. Damn, what we judging now? See, this when it get hard. High school, career, NFL. It's some people that ain't even make it past high school, then I'll put them in the Mount Rushmore.
I wanna hear your high school, because I feel like those are the guys that really need some of the recognition. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't play with some dogs, man, that just didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? Just due to situations and what have you. But what's up? Well, give me like top three, man. High school.
Top three?
Yeah, top three.
Made it tough, dog.
Top three. I just need top three. You can put yourself in there. Shoot.
You gotta understand, Dade County was full of gangsters though. I ain't even gonna put myself in there. I was, fortunate enough to be somebody, in Dade County. Make a name for myself, but it's some dogs. I'll put my number one dog to go in. I say Duke.
Okay.
Randy Johnson.
Word. What position?
He running back.
Ooh, no, he was cold.
Oh man, it's hard. You made this tough though.
I had to, man.
I gotta pick a receiver, high school wise receiver, because we going off high school.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, it's hard, boy, because it's gonna be people watching their podcast like, yo, boy, you put him over.
But listen. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't Florida. I ain't really got a wide brand of Florida viewers. I'm South Carolina, Houston, like Texas, Atlanta. Yeah. So like, I hope they see it, but it is what it is. They ain't gonna have.
It's gonna get around to them. You feel me? Like these people, they greats in my eyes.
Yeah.
So, really, I don't care about everybody else's opinion, but
for sure.
It's tough. There's so many people though. But my number two, I gotta choose a quarterback of my time, like I seen really with my own eyes. I give it to Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater. That's it.
Yeah.
Ooh, everybody know who Teddy is.
Yeah, he big. He out the city though.
Okay.
That's one. That's my two, and then my three. Well, I got a running back, got a quarterback. Let me see.
We gotta go on the defensive side of the ball.
Defensive side of the ball. Ooh, I'm gonna go with who I played alongside, Matthew Thomas. You gotta look him up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
when
to
I
look
say
him up.
A dog, you're like, oh man.
I gotta look him up.
That's 6 was.
Okay. So listen, we got our top three, man. We good. I had one more question, but I think you already answered it. I said, what's one thing people don't know about you? But I feel like fishing is one of those things that, because I ain't know you fish. You know what I'm saying? So like that's something new for me. So we just gonna leave it right there. But
yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Man, you do not have to say yes, sir. Bro, I'm 27, bro.
My boy, that's just how I talk. Anybody,
okay. Hey, I'm the same way. But
You say what part of South Carolina you got ties in?
So I'm from Rock Hill, South Carolina, man. So so it's 30 minutes from Charlotte, 3 hours from Charleston, about an hour.
So my family from Marion and Charleston.
Yeah.
We got some people in Greenville, but
I went to school in Greenville, played ball in Greenville and lived there for about 6 years. So Greenville like my second home. So I love, you know what I'm saying, like South
Carolina. Probably done ran into some of my cousins. I ain't see them boys since, funerals and shit.
Yeah. It's a small world, man. But but yeah, so I mean, obviously, for people that don't know, right? You played at the University of Miami, and you also went third round, picked to the Browns.
Yes, sir.
What was that feeling like? Obviously being from the city, and going to the University of Miami. Like, what was the like? Did you? I mean, I'm pretty sure you was excited. I mean, but like, did you have like pressure on your back? Like, look, I got to show out for the city. Like, they gonna be at the games. Like, what was that like?
I ain't gonna lie, like, to be honest, it was so much pressure on my way.
I believe it.
Honestly, I was looking at going to Bama.
No.
So, I was talking to my granddaddy and stuff. Like, he was telling me if I go to Alabama, don't come home for a year. And, when we have these certain type of conversations, my mama in the room too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and, like, the house always been me and my mama, ain't nobody else. So, like, leaving her was like a big part of the decision. So I was like, nah, I can't leave my old girl. Then we were getting into it. I was basically the man of the house since I was legit. So going to Miami, like, any school I would have went to, I felt like I would have came in there with the same, like, mindset, like, boy, this is an opportunity. I can't let it pass me. But going to Miami was big. I got to stay home.
Yep.
A lot of family ain't come to the games, but they were watching. But, that was big to me. Just making plays for like the hometown. Like, that's a team. Always, like, we grew up watching. Like, they was big in our neighborhood. They had ties to the neighborhood, to the parks, like a lot of stuff like that. So just going to the U and then putting on and all the shorties like, oh boy, he came from Booker T. Well, I came out of the city. I'm from the city.
Yeah.
Played a couple of parts, but once I got to Booker T, like my 10th grade year, and then just going to the U, it was big, man. That was like the best. That was like one of the best days of my life. Pulled up on campus, but that next day was hell, though. We had to run that next day.
You out there running them 110s, doing all.
Oh, we had half gas that first day. Yeah, we had 22, I think. 22 or 24. We were low.
Man, they killing you day one.
Yeah, it was cool, though. We bounced back, though. We shook back.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I remember my first day. Like, I wish, like I said, I can only imagine, you know what I'm saying, like, just being from a city and then going to a school like the U, and, you know what I'm saying, playing ball. When you know the history, you know the people, you know what I'm saying, it's legends that, done walked in, in that locker room, played on that field, and they come with a mindset, you know what I'm saying, like, when I think about it, like, my favorite team, Baltimore Ravens, so I think about, Ray Lewis. You know what I'm saying? I think about Ray Lewis. I think about, you know what I'm saying, Reed in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, them some dogs, man. Like, no cap. Like,
they had like a whole load of. Oh yeah, another thing I ain't even say though, like a big part of like going there too. Just my grandma was part of the first like black graduating class out of the year, so that was like big to me. Found out my freshman year, so I was like, "Yo, boy, this is where I'm supposed to be." So.
Yeah, that's where you're supposed to be, man. Yeah. And so, obviously, so we know you do music. It seems to me you're a producer, a rapper. You know what I'm saying? You do it all. You know what I'm saying? You hands on with everything. But how difficult, was it being a student athlete, and then also, you know what I'm saying, doing music at the same time? How did you even have time to be able to do that?
I ain't gonna lie, since I was a shorty, I ain't never really sleep. So like, once I got to college and we was working out and I like got accustomed to the schedule and everything we was doing, all time I was in my house making music. I ain't leave the dorm until my junior year, I think. So for 2 years, I'm banging the dorm room out. They got notes and all time. They never knocked on my door. I felt like they were scared of me or something. Like, I was totally different from everybody. Like, at the U, you could see the difference though. It's like not my teammates and stuff. We all the same, but just walk around and people, they know the difference from certain people. Like, I never really talk to people around. It's football and go in my room and make music. That's all I was doing. It's wild though. The U like one of the biggest party schools, and I missed a lot of parties.
But you don't regret that, do you? I mean, I feel like You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it wasn't really.
it wasn't
I
meant
went
for
to
you.
some nice parties though. I ain't gonna lie. We had parties, but the ones that I did miss, it wasn't really nothing. I was making music and I was kind of planting seeds for right now and in the future too. So
Yeah.
right now I'm still on that same track. Still got the home with the little home studio vibes.
Yeah.
It get better and better every time I make it over. Just off of the support that's coming in for the music. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And you got major support. You got major support, man. Just like I said, I try to do my I became a fan, and this is my next point going into like when you drop, like how I became a fan is I can't even remember. I think one of my homies had put me on, and I had probably just graduated my last year playing ball and everything, and I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like what's next? And then the places you'll go drop.
Yeah.
And then right there, I was just like, when you listen to it, I was like, it hit home because it was like you was speaking on stuff that I really, you know what I'm saying, I had to deal with. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather play football than catch a bullet. You know what I'm saying? I know people that was out catching bullets, you know what I'm saying, could have easily went left, but, you stayed the course, stayed focused, you know what I'm saying, and made something out of nothing. And that song is just the hardest song, like, to me, that you ever, put out just because it's so much in it. Because you think about the places you go when you work hard enough and you put your mind into it and you just, what I'm saying, you constantly working at your craft and being disciplined. Because when you're trying to be successful at something, that's all it is just being disciplined. Being an athlete, waking up every morning when times you don't want to get up, coaches on your ass for no reason. You ain't even the one in trouble, but you got an accountability partner. So now I gotta go out here and run for you. So it's just like that mentality, being raised like that, being built like that, that song just was like, golly. And everybody in the locker room was going crazy for it. Like before the game, just going in, and they was just like, you could just tell that vibe when you getting ready to go out there and ball and have a good time. So that's what put me on is that song. But when did you actually really start making music? You know what I'm saying? Like how did it all get started? Well, you just grew up around it? Like somebody put you onto it? Like tell me the beginning.
Music been part of my life, like from the beginning. So it started. Like I got church ties from going to church with my granddaddy, a bishop. I got my grandma just buying me like first I was beating on pots, then they brought me a little baby drum, then they brought me a guitar. Like it was just, I guess they just was handing me all the instruments.
Yeah,
I kind of took heed to them, and it was always fun to me. It was like a love to me, you feel me? Then football came along, and then it was like, okay, boy, football easy too. I could do both of these. So it was like just juggling and basically staying busy, you feel me? So like the music, like it always been a part of my life.
Yeah.
But the rapping, if we talk about like rapping wise, I think I dropped the first little freestyle in like sixth grade.
Sixth grade? You remember what it was?
I rapped over Wale Nike boots. Ooh. I can't find it. It's on YouTube. If somebody find it, I'm gonna give them a little something though.
Hey,
find it.
Don't
I can't even find it.
That's crazy. So we got a little freestyle, sixth grade. And then so when did you realize you had the gift to, you know what I'm saying, the gift to rap? You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to rap, but then also knowing that I can really do this. You know what I'm saying? Like I really can pursue this. People feeling it and vibing with it. You know what I'm saying? When did you get that first recognition of like, oh, I can really do this?
Well, like, as you said, I was doing producing. So, yeah, I got into production more because I know instruments. So, I always thought I knew what a beat's supposed to sound like.
Yeah.
I was making beats for people and people weren't really like rocking with the beats. You feel me? So I'm like, damn. So I wasn't gonna give up on myself, but none of my work that I put in. So I just started rapping on. I'm like, bro, I know how to rap. Like rapping easy. I've been doing this my life. So I started rapping on the beats. I'm like, okay, people tuned in. So when I first started, I was sending I send my little SoundCloud links through Twitter DM. So I'm only it to 5 people though.
Yeah.
So when I'm sending it to 5 people, I'm like, okay, them 5 people hit me back, boy, that vibing. But it got more listens than like 5 people listening to it.
Right, so they sharing it.
they sharing it, and then other people telling me like, bro, let me get the passcode to the SoundCloud, because you know SoundCloud started charging and all that. They want to make no account.
Yeah.
So after a while, I look at my SoundCloud, that shit built up with like songs people don't repost it. So it's like they don't reposted their dogs on my page, and it's like my SoundCloud that I made for like me and my dogs when we did it, we had a Deuce Pound SoundCloud. And it just went to the next level, like just off my songs on there, and then like that first recognition of me putting like, okay, we got the Touch Money, introducing people to the Touch Money vibes.
Yeah,
I got all my Clash, Loso, all us rapping, but all our stuff coming through this page like it's a record label.
Like a regular, yeah.
Yeah, but once I got into 10th grade and I dropped a song called No Shame. I did like a little freestyle over Chris Brown. I think it's Don't Judge Me. I forgot the song. I think that's the song.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the Don't Judge. I can't sing, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
I did it on that beat, and I went to school the next day and like, bro, I could tell you like literally I'm at Booker T. Like once I went to school the next day, well, I ain't go to. In 10th grade, I didn't go to Booker T. I went to a school that was more like downtown. I went to New World. So it's a school of art. So once I leave there, I got to go to practice. Yeah. So I go to Booker T. It's like the girls treating me different. It's like, I'm like, it must be the song. So we ended up playing, we played Carol City. That's a school in Miami. Yep. We played Carol City. And like I played tight end too in high school, so I ended up catching a little pass for a little TD. Yeah. Scored that. And that same night, my dog little Dread. So Dread down here, he was like a rapper I listened to every day, like when I was a shorty. So I finally locked in with him because he was the first person to like really take a chance on me. Feel like, okay, boy, because there was so many people telling me, oh, this sound different. I ain't rocking with this. I don't know about this. So he was the first person. He hopped on the song and, bro, he dropped it that same night. So once I got back to the locker room and checked my phone, bro, like
blew up.
My phone going stupid. I'm like, dude.
Blinking.
Even like that next day I came to school, it was totally different. Like it was like football and music just went to the next level. And then after that, just every year it happened over and over. So, just I guess staying busy and staying focused on them. I always had that first feeling of when did I know I could like
do it.
It's always, some people look for reassurance for other stuff, but I look for my work. So just working, I'm always had that feeling when I first started. Like, when I first do it.
That's cold there, buddy. I like that. Hey, man, I ain't never been a part of none of that. You know what I'm saying? Never had a feeling like that as far as like just music. I'm not musically gifted, but I understand what music do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you got that vibe and you got a bop, they do. Like you said, they treat you different. They look at you different. So I know you was kind of like the man over there. You know what I'm saying? Booker T. So where does the motivation come from? With the music, because you talk about a plethora of different things, and me going over your catalog, just really listening to the songs and what you're talking about, like you really talk about like real emotions, real feelings, you know what I'm saying, real situations that a lot of niggas like us, you know what I'm saying, go through. So it's like where does that, where the motivation come from? Is it just based off situations you go through, or is it you looking at other people's situation and being able to relate and then turn that into music?
Man, all my music is like motivated by life, like real life. So, like half of the time I can't even get in the studio if I ain't got nothing to really talk about. Like, it's all life though. Everything, every topic is 100% real. I'm going and I'm speaking. Like this actual factual, like nothing fabricated, nothing made up. Watching people I don't really get my stories from other people. I I look at life in a certain way. Like everybody could coach you, even the people that's doing it wrong, because they're showing you how not to do it.
Yep.
So you just gotta take heed to it and don't do it that way. A lot of people do it that way. So, me, like, it's just all life. Like, it's real life. Once I go through it, I feel like, the only way I could talk about it, I can't. A lot of people tell me, you should go see a therapist or something. Like, nah. And once I make the beat and I put on the headphones, I got other ways, like, riding the bike, going fishing, all that, get on a motorcycle, all that. But, once I put on the headphones, I'm in a whole different world. So.
Yeah. I believe it, man. That music become therapeutic. I sat down with one of my dogs that, he do music, and he talk about, like, a lot of people, when he make music, he always just be like, people be like, man, that's hard. Like, that's tough. But he be like, that's pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's me writing my personal inner thoughts, and you hearing it and you thinking it's hard. So he be like, it trip him out a little bit, because it's like, bro, that's crazy to me that, like, people enjoy listening to, other people's pain, and it's I guess it's not really weird, but I guess it's just, in some ways a lot of people can relate, and y'all got the courage to really put it out and be vulnerable to other people, and then people accept that and they understand, like, nah, that's real, because they wish they could really do that and be vulnerable in the same light. Who do you look up to musically? Like, any, what I'm saying, like, anybody that you look up to musically? I see you got the Tupac and the Biggie in the back. I'm a big Biggie fan. I rock with Biggie hard. Like, that's just my guy, man. Like, big boys got to stick together. So, I love Biggie. You know what I'm saying? He did it for the big boys. Was big, kind of ugly, but could still pull the girls. I was like, yeah, that's me. So, who you look up to?
Rapping wise, me, I like to, when they come to rapping, I like to respect each region. Okay. So, I'm inspired by everybody. You could put on any beat and I'm a float on my vibe, because I was inspired by people who make good music. You feel me? So there's so many people over, across the country. I just listen to. I listen to a lot of people, but me, I'm more like inspired like by beats and production, like Kanye West.
Because that's your background, producing.
Yeah. Like producing too, that's a whole nother language, when it comes to music, and you gotta respect the regions, because New York got a drill, and Chicago got a drill, and like, if you look at it, so many places got what they call their home, because that's what that's what sounds good to them, man. It make their city pop a little bit. So I'm tuned in, like, to even the Houston vibes. I got some Houston vibes. I got all type of music. Like, just respecting the regions when it comes to the rappers. But that production is different, though. Them producers, though, I got a couple of producers that really like inspire me just to keep going.
That's what's up, man. I definitely, like, with the producing background, like, I'm gonna ask you later, but just your mindset on, just being able to learn the software and just being able to pick that stuff up. Like, to me, like, when I look at it, I'm looking at people, I'm like, but that looks so hard. Like, to be able to just look at it and be like, knowing what make what sound, what do what, like, it gotta be like just repetition and time going into it. But we're gonna kind of go into the middle, right? So when you in the studio and you sitting down, you getting ready to, go in for a session, what does your creative process look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you writing music down? Is it something that, you got to listen to the vibe, and then it's like, okay, the words start coming to you, and then you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what does your creative process look like to you? You know what I'm saying? When you getting ready to make a track.
So to piggyback off of like what you were saying, like how you learn the software and all that.
Yeah.
Ain't got no money, you gonna learn it. So my studio session, like the creative process be different so all the time. Because sometimes I might sit down and want to create my own beat.
Yeah.
Or I'm a producer, Doodle with me. Doodle might be making the beat. I have DJ with me sometimes. DJ will be making the beat, and then so I learned from like other rappers. I done been in the studios with big name rappers.
Yep.
Some I wouldn't say rap with these artists because they got more than rap songs. They got hits. You feel me? So just being around them and learning their process and taking little pieces here and there that I could use for myself took me to the next level. So my music definitely took it to the next level. Mm-hmm. And the process is always different. Like sometimes I might write because the beat done. I might be writing already, or we up there listen to a beat. We might want to add more to it. Mm-hmm. I'm really I got my whole setup over here. Like I really get down on the beat. I got the drums in the room and all too. So just sitting there and basically processing the song before I even go in the booth, because I don't even want to go in the booth and just be in there
wasting time.
Yeah, wasting time. It'd be a waste of time. You ain't really working. You really trying to find a vibe. Like if the vibe ain't on the beat already, that's the main purpose of the process. Like, we gotta get that beat right.
Yeah, I like that, man. It seems like you take the same energy as if I always like to relate stuff to sports, but playing ball, you go into the weight room, it's time for work. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't about to go in here and waste no time. We about to get it in. And we're going to go ahead and get it out. You know what I'm saying? So same way with just going into the, in the studio or whether you're at home, it's just like you want to have a concept, I guess, a beat, done, some type of concept before you actually start putting the words to the song. So I can see how that kind of just correlates with everything. But, how do you figure out what music to put out? You know what I'm saying? When you're doing your EPs and your projects, how do you find your selection of songs that you want to put or group together? Is it based off the time of the year, based off, you know what I'm saying, just this is what I have, this is the music that I done put together within the last month or so I'm just gonna put it out? Like what's the, is there any strategy to it?
I got songs from 2020 I ain't dropped. It's just we really just have little sit downs and we gonna put this on there. Or if I'm at home, I'm gonna put a little piece together, put something.
Yeah.
But certain times the team, they'll try to come up, something dealing with marketing, and they trying to come some type of strategy. We gotta put this song on here.
Yeah.
Real City Baby. It was so many songs that we recorded right before. Mm-hmm. So they was like, man, these songs hard. They can make it. So we just gotta find out where to place them at. Definitely. So placing songs on there was so different. Like they had one song on the tape, Dizzy. They didn't know what, because it ain't even for me. It ain't even our type of music.
It didn't sound like nothing that you would have put out.
But the people go crazy over a song, they be vibing to Dizzy, because Dizzy, it's a good, it give you good vibes, and then it's damn, well, he can make something like that. That's different.
Yeah,
just the versatility. So,
and I think, would you consider bass check one of your natural sounds, or something that you would normally put out? When I listen to that, I feel like that's different, but it's hard though. It's crazy to. When I sit down and listen to it,
that beat, it took me 2-3 years to make. So that beat, because every time if you really go listen to the original version of the song, it's totally different from that, from what I made. But that was more something I put out. I made that in the studio. That was one of the processes. On that night, I went in there, dropped the bass, that bit hit. I was,
yeah. I like
we listen to it over and over. We playing that song every day. Boy, I'm this might be the intro. Yeah, we gonna take it out.
It's on my playlist. I'm telling you, when I heard it, I first heard it. Then I always love to watch videos to go. I like watching videos with the music. So then I watch the video. I was like, the video hard too. So I'm like, it's a perfect combination for me. When the music hard in the video, it's man, that's a hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But the pandemic happened. Everything was kind of crazy. Tell me a few things. What did you, I guess, as far as what did you learn from the pandemic? As far as dealing with your career as a artist or producer, did it provide you with just more time to really work on your craft? Was it, was the pandemic just a time where you were just I'm gonna focus on? Well, obviously you dropped 3 projects in the pandemic, 2020. That's a lot of work. So obviously I know you was thinking about music. But you know what I'm saying? Like, what did the pandemic teach you, and or was that music that was already done, and you was just like, I'm gonna put this project out, put this project out, put that project out?
Nah, I was recording, but pandemic taught me because my mind was at the scramble. I was scrambled like around the pandemic time. Like I ain't even know. I had to focus on football. Then I had music. Then I had this. Then it came around the time I got cut from football. But when I got cut, this around pandemic. This like mid-pandemic, whatever.
Yeah.
I got cut from football. I got 70 bands from music, so I'm like, damn, okay. I know what I can do. So. And I went to just dropping like I was dropping all the time. And I recorded. That's why I say I got music from 2020. I got music before that I ain't dropped. It's just sitting on my computer, but just working. Like that's me planting them seeds. I got them already ready to go. Like if I wanted to drop a 30, 40 song tape right now, I could do it and still have leftover songs. So
yeah.
It's just putting that work in. But that pandemic time, it really taught me like, it just made me go back to my roots, like you say, how I was raised and how like football, you anybody go through football, I tell them it's like the army because our mind gets set a certain way. You can't think no other type of way. So my mind was still on getting up early, putting in work, working out, doing everything I got to do. My day over early, but I'm back in the studio. We rent in the studio. I'm spending like probably 10 bands a week at the studio. Just getting it in. That was just recording music. So I'm lucky y'all got out that time, but I had to go through it again with like a little house project, but it wasn't really nothing too serious. But I'm back in the studio again, so back to working. So it taught me just to go back to my roots, just be ready to work.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Well, listen, we coming kind of close to the end of the conversation, man. But this is one of the fun parts about when I be able to talk to artists and just different people that different crafts. So I'm gonna list some songs out for you, right? It's gonna be some of your music, and when I give you the title, I need you to tell me like mentally where you were at when you made the song. All right. Okay. So I got 4 songs, and I just kind of want to know the background of like what was going on and how the song came about. So the first one it is one of my favorites, Aki Situation.
Aki Situation. Aki Situation, that came after like a conversation I had. And I felt like the situation was Aki, like it was nothing I should be dealing with, you feel me? So I was recording the song and that topic came up in my mind again. I'm like, I gotta like just float on this beat and just, Okay. And then I ended up naming it Aki Situations. So many people that, that's the first song you brought up. So, it's one of them. Yes, sir.
It's one of the toughest ones, man. I'm telling you. And then number 2, I got Let Me Vibe.
Let Me Vibe. So, a lot of people, they get the wrong concept or, that the way they look at me, it'd be funny because they think I'm mean or something. It's just like, I ain't really like a big people person. I stay to myself, That's how you stay alive to me, you stay to yourself, stay out of the way. So I stay to myself and I got this like, I probably give people this look, I don't know what it is, but they think I'm mean or something. But just recording that song, I was in that mindset, like, let me explain, like, just let me vibe. Like, everybody want to be like that. Everybody really want to be to themselves, even the people that's around people all the time. So that's everybody relate to it. And when I came off with the let me vibe, it was like, okay, now I see where he at.
Yeah, it's one of those pieces that you just like, it's one of those songs that you just like giving people the opportunity to understand who you are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't create your narrative. Like, you know what I'm saying? I may, however it may come off, just understand that, just do the just vibe and do the circumstances, being to myself, staying out the mix. Like, that's how we stay.
Basically.
That's how we stay here. You know what I'm saying? Stay right up here. So then we got number 3 is obviously the one that put me on, Places You'll Go.
Well, Places You'll Go. So I think this was my rookie season. Microsoft hit me up, or they hit up my people, Elon Model. They hit them up and it was like, yo, we're trying to get Chad to do a commercial for us to show us like Liberty City, show us his high school. Mm-hmm. And then we're like, we got a competition. It's not really a competition, but it's like, okay, it's a couple of athletes that's artists too. They was doing songs.
Yep.
And yo, you think you could write us a song and whatever?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. So I'm thinking they want me to write a song. Like, okay, write it here, y'all go.
Oh,
so they want me to make the song. So I'm in the dorm. I'm talking about the dorm. I'm at my apartment in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And the first thing I had to do was make the beat.
Yeah.
And boy, I don't want to look for no beat. And I was like, I can't do it. So I called Sam Sneak. That's Rick Ross DJ. That's like one of my big homies. I'm like, Sneak, like, what vibe you think I should get to people? Like, I don't know, because this my music. Like, I got to drop this song. I ain't really thinking, like, just for only, like, Microsoft. You feel me?
Right. This for you, too.
It's for, like, the people, my supporters, too. So, I know I got a bunch of kids. They got highlight tapes. They want to go, put something on it.
Yeah.
No cursing. You feel me? Like if you pay attention, I ain't cursing like one time in the song. That my first clean song.
And I thought when I heard it, I was like, oh, this man is a clean rapper. Like I did not think you cussed, but then obviously after I listened to once you listen to the first song and you just like, okay, let me keep listening. Then I was like, nah, that my man be going crazy on the beat. Bro.
Yeah, I ain't, nah. I was just like making this. There were like places you would go, make that the topic of the song. So Sneak was like, bro, just keep it Dade County, like vibe.
Yeah.
I made the beat, made the song, sent it. They were like, whoa. They were like, whoa. Yeah. They said they had sent me a computer and all, like came to the house, set the computer up and did all type of stuff. Like major level Microsoft, like them people, like they got a hit out of me.
They got a hit out of you. Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
That was so long
definitely a hit. Hey, it was on everybody's highlight tape. Like people was posting on the ground, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was in that mode, you know what I'm saying? And just places you go. It's just like people want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, people want to be successful, man, but everybody know that, you can easily get caught up in situations. And it's just like, when you hit places you'll go, it just take you back to, like, if you continue to work hard, like I said in the beginning, like, if you continue to work hard, ain't no telling where you going to end up. And I mean, like, that's just, it's crazy. And then I want to highlight, you got some crazy features, bro. Some crazy features, like you just being on other people's music. Like I try to listen to that catalog too, and I just kind of want to know how it came about, right? How the connection came about. So Trap Back Jumping, I didn't even know you was on that, and then I didn't know you was on that until if you go on Apple Music, and obviously when you listening through all your music, Trap Back Jumping is like one of the top songs under your name. And so when it came on, I was like, Trap Back Jumping, I don't want to hear nothing. I was like, that's about, like, I love that Trap Back Jumping, but I didn't know that was you. How did that connection come about with, Chris Brown, Thug, and all that?
Well, shit, tell the truth, we all locked in. Everybody, ain't nothing but a call or a text away. Some boy hit me. And Brown was like, yo, boy, like, because this is his second time on the phone with me. He was like, boy, I'm out here in Arizona. And they were playing your shit. I was vibing. Like, you already know my favorite song. Because, everybody mess with Soul Ties and whatever they got. But he was like, what's love?
What's love? Hey, I was about to say, what's love is up there.
Yeah, but wait, that was his first time hollering at me. But the second time, he was like, yeah, that what I vibe to. He was like, bro, we got to get something in.
Yeah.
He like, send me something for the tape. Cause we finna drop, me and Thug finna drop soon, Slime and B. So I'm like, oh shit. So I was like, boy, I already got songs, wrote it already. So Trap Back Jumping, I wrote Trap Back Jumping. So I sent it to him and they did their thing. And he was like, yeah, boy, you got your writers, but I'm gonna keep you on the song. So kept some more vocals on there.
Yep.
Thug put his verse on there.
That was it. Hey, That's a nice song, bro. I just didn't. I honestly did not know you was even on there. Then I know you got a few connections with like the city girls. Like are they? You know what I'm saying? Like how did that relationship come about? Was it just reaching out? Like they reached out to you and just wanted to kind of work, or how did that go?
Basically from being from the city, Miami, you tired and they know your name, So, we locked in, JT hit me. Long story short, they at where they at, they doing their thing. It was that was a blessing. That first song that we did, and like a couple of songs now that tied in, they don't even know that they got like, it's just working though. Always hot though. It's major love for them. So
that's what's
up. That was big though.
I just saw they interview on Complex, and they talked about like just being from the city. Like if they know your name, like where it travel. You know what I'm saying? The city girls was like they was just one of those two girls. Like obviously they from different parts of Miami, but they connected, and they was just like they could go anywhere, and everybody knew who JT Carisha was. You know what I'm saying? Like they was just out there. So that's what's up, man. And then last two. Obviously, Rick Ross. I know he's a huge fan, of yours. I see him on your, under your post, commenting. So I know he's tapped in with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, is Rick Ross, like a mentor? Is he, is it, what's that relationship like? And how did y'all? Because I know you work with his DJ. So was it just through his DJ, and that's how you kind of just built that relationship?
Nah, that was like high school. Honey, like that was somebody. It was one of my teammates. His mama, she was like she into the music business, so okay. she locked a couple of players in with Ross. We met at Dave and Buster's, and I locked in with Black Boat.
Yeah,
that is
Black Boat, right?
Man. So that was like Black was like one of my uncles. Once we locked in, it was so much love from that camp. So. Just it always stayed, even though Black gone, and then I was plugged in. He had his manager Gucci Poochie at the time, locked in with Gucci, and then Sneak. I've been locked in with Sneak. Sneak knew me since I was like 10th grade, 19th grade, and Ross just like, it was always support from him. Like a lot of places, doors that opened up for me came from, from him. So, just like he like a big brother, to me. That's like rapping wise, that's my mentor. That's somebody I look up to, and I ain't really gotta, I ain't big on talking, so I don't really ask too many questions. But he know I watch him and learn. So
yeah, that's the best. That's what's up, man. I like that. And that's huge. Like I get the vibe from Ross, just seeing him. Like he brings so much energy to the table. Like what I'm saying, when you see him, when he talking, like he always spitting some game, and just you can just listen to him. You ain't, like you say, you ain't gotta ask too many questions. But people drop nuggets out there. You just got to be willing to take heed and activate on it. You know what I'm saying? And the last one is this is one of my favorite songs out right now. Obviously, it's not your song, but you dropped one of the hardest verses I done heard from you, and it's by a guy from Florida, Jose. It's called Living Life.
Yeah,
your verse is one of the hardest. Like, man, and then when you drop the video on how you was just like you was in the studio, and it's just like I could tell like the vibe of the beat, like and I told him that I was like the song itself, like his whole little tape, the song is hard. Like, and when I heard it, I was like, I ain't never heard nobody. It was just like I could resonate with it. He wasn't talking a whole lot of BS on it. It was just like some real, this how I feel, like this is what's going on. And I heard him first off Neighborhood Hero. My boy Capture Chris, he connected with my homie. They went to school together, whatever. But I heard him on that, and I heard that song. I was like, man, I need to talk to him. So I just tapped in with him, got and then heard the song. And you wasn't on it at the time, but then he came out with the remix, and I said, what? I said, dang, like, what was your mindset when dropping that verse? Cause like, man, like, just it was like
one of my homies from Orlando, well, not Orlando. He from Sanford, but he from around that way. Like his cousins tied in with, bruh. You know, it was a whole camp. And he been sent me the song, but I ended up listening to the song like it came across my Twitter feed on late night driving.
Yeah.
I listen, I'm like, ooh, this.
Yeah.
That's how
I heard it.
The song. I'm like, yo, boy. And I had tweeted him back. I'm like, yo, you gotta send me that.
I'm trying to
get a remix.
Yeah.
And he thought I was joking though. I booked the studio. Them boys drove down to Miami. We was in the studio. That session from that video, that was like next day after that tweet. And when I got in that mode though, I been was in the mode. I would listen to the song and that took me back to, you know, any interview that I do, like when they ask me why I started the music, or, you know, if you listen to the first one going through childhood all the way up to college, you feel me? So, you know, that verse put me in a whole different mindset. Like, my mind was it.
That boy said, crucify your dreams, sacrifice your nightmares. I said, God dang, that was I used that as on my on one of my pictures. I said, you got crucify your dreams. You know what I'm saying? I'm using that as a line. I'm like, that's a bar. Then it's like, you know, it's got you said got some dang. It's so hard because it's like some niggas died before they got the chance to see something. Like I lost one of my youngest homies, like talented. You know what I'm saying? You know, people that just got the world in front of them, but just, you know, things happening. You know, we lost them at a young age. You got a twin, and just knowing that, like, I know bro would have been out here living, having a good time, living his best life. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard it, I was just like, man, that's a true statement. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. And so when you, bro, that was just hard. I had to talk to you about that because that's like one of my top favorites. Yeah, one of my top favorites. And then, so we at the end, bro. Obviously, I like to educate people. It's all about education, man. I appreciate you giving us an insight of just your career, how you got started, your process. I think this right here would, you know, give, you know, your fans a chance to really just see a different side of you, man. And you know what I'm saying? Because I know you don't post a lot, you know, as far as like on the page, but you know, your stories, I kind of keep up with the stories and just see people. Like, you already got, the people love you, man. And I want to tell you, I wanted to say the song, but when you said slurping on that like a frozen cup, I was bruh,
that'll hurt you up.
Cause I used to eat the frozen cups. I was like, I'm in the car trying to imagine, like, man, I used to tear them frozen cups up. I used to tear them frozen cups up, but nah, that's I'm glad I got to get that out because I was like, boy, that boy funny there. He hell for that. But for the ones that's, you know, you got kids that, you know, want to, you know, kind of get into producing, you know, maybe get into rapping, but, you know, for the ones that's gifted with being able to put pictures together with words and just being able to, you know, have a knack to hear to be able to put together a beat, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's a very emotion-driven career. Like, you got to be tapped in with your emotions. What advice would you give to those kids or people that choose to, you know, chase this dream? You know what I'm saying? Because it's a long road. But what advice would you give to somebody that, you know, maybe want to do what you do as far as maybe getting into producing or just become a rapper? Like, what's that advice you would give them?
Basically, paint the picture that you see, you know, paint it how you want to paint it. You know, we all artists, so paint that picture how you want to paint it. You know, don't let nobody like try to tell you how to, you know, how to do certain stuff. You feel me? Like dealing with your art, cause that's what you live in. Unless you got a whole different route or a whole direction other than being real through your music. But yeah, music, anything, visual artist, a dancer, anything. Like, man, paint the picture you see, dance how you want to dance, your body, you know, but always be the best at what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Try to be the best, always learn, you know. Yeah. Being versatile is like crazy. Only thing I'm mad about is I can't really use my left hand that good with certain stuff. But being versatile, man, you know, just like learning, man, being coachable, you know, always being coachable, man. That's gonna take you to the next level every time you get in the front of the computer, get in the front of the mic, the board, you know, anything you're doing, in front of the mirror, the dance, whatever. Like, be coachable, because, like, learning what other people do, you mimicking is, like, one of the greatest things you can do. Mm-hmm. You know, when you learn how to mimic, it's not you using, but you learn how to manipulate yourself, like, basically, how to, like, make yourself do stuff you couldn't do. Yeah. Like, basically, yeah, you know, so be coachable, you know. And,
I like that. Know, I think
you see.
You just like it's kind of like when I hear you talk or talk about just being coachable or mimic, it's like you drawing the skeletons of the body. You know what I'm saying? That's the mimic. The bones gonna always be the same, but your flesh and how your body look, that's where your art come into place. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where you get to shine, and that's where people get to, you know, like you for you, because you different than everybody else. And so when you said mimic, it's like it's definitely people that. Huh?
Nah. I'm talking about my Frenchie. That boy down there sleep like a human.
But yeah, man, that's what's up. And so, what's next for you? We're gonna end it off like this. What's next? What can we see from you in the future? Like, is it more music coming pretty soon? Like, you know, what's next?
I got a bunch of music coming, man. We dropping some apparel this year.
Okay.
Yeah, because the Touch Money, you know, a lot of people do their stuff seasonal and all type of stuff. I drop it when I feel like it, because I know people gonna flock to it. Like, it's always gone when I drop it. So, putting the label, dropping the compilation tape for the label.
Okay.
We going, like, these shows out of town, they building up crazy. I think we coming to Houston. They doing something in Houston. We're supposed to come to South Carolina and North Carolina. They working on that, but yeah, it was like a bunch of shows coming up. Me, I'm focused on the music, bro. That's me. I'm focused on the music side. Cause I know what I'm ready to drop, and I know it's gonna be something crazy. So. Yeah, and I know people waiting on it. That's what my whole career been based around people supporting what I'm dropping. I'm tuned in. So, yeah, that's mostly it. That's from me. Yeah, the music, from the whole Touch Money camp, the label. Like, it's so much stuff we got in store. I know I'm gonna do my this year, because I usually do a show on February 14th.
Okay.
This year I pushed it to around October time. So.
Okay.
People that ain't from here, people who live in the cold want to come down, and we got to experience some Miami heat. Yeah, you know, set it up like that. We finna have a nice little show. We putting it together right now, but that's gonna be something big. Gonna have a lot of people there. A lot of people, like a lot of my dogs there. We gonna put on the show for Miami though. Well, I'm gonna say South Florida, because the venue ain't in Miami.
Yeah. Okay, I like it, man. Hey, I'm wishing nothing but success, man. Like I told you already, man. I'm a fan, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to sit down and talk with you. And if you ever come to Houston, man, hopefully, you know, if I'm peeping on the IG, I definitely want to tap in and just be able to come rock with you, and really just, you know, face to face and just, you know, catch vibes and just really listen to what you got going on, man. I'm all about networking, making connections, but I'm rooting for you, man. I hope everything, you know, goes in your favor. You know what I'm saying? This year, what you got going on, and into years to come, especially with the label. You know, obviously you focusing on yourself. You know, the merch, all that. Like, I'm just rooting for you, man. I just hope the success comes your way. And that's it, bro. Like, I appreciate you. That's the interview. Hey, you cut your dreads?
Yeah, I done got him more. I done went back committed to the YouTube channel.
Yeah. Okay. You gonna keep it cut?
Yeah, I'm vibing for right now. I had to cut it off for like some dry scalp and like dandruff issues. So
for sure. I feel
get it up off the head.
Yeah, I feel that. But man, all right, dog. I'm gonna let you go. It's good meeting you, good chopping it up with you. And like I said, if there's anything that we can do on the podcast, whether you got merch, whether you got, your camp, coming out with some stuff, like I love to, get some of your guys on here and just give them maybe a different audience, from Houston, from South Carolina to, Atlanta, like whatever, however I can help, just let me know, reach out to me, and we'll make that happen. And definitely if you come to Houston, I want to come rock with you, man.
That major love, my boy. Appreciate you. Thank you for having me, bro.
No doubt, man.
Major, my boy. Thank you, bro.
All right, my guy. I'm going to let you go.
Yes, sir.
All right.